Look, you're bringing a guy who's won Premier League, who's won Champions League, who's won FA Cups, he's won Copa America, he's won World Cup. I think he's won 2 Copa Americas. This is a guy that knows how to win.
Wow, well, what a game, 10 on 10 in the end, but this is the story of the match. How good was Julián Alvarez today?
It was so good, so resilient, this team. They were in a big hole there, down a man, down a goal at one point, and then you need big players to step up. Alvarez, for me, was the main player that stepped up and made the difference in the end, but there were so many good performances with a lot of good attitude, good energy, even being down, like I said, down a goal, down a man. So, and on the flip side, you got to look at Leverkusen and say, they've showed a lot of weakness to lose control of that game like that.
When you talk about a gritty performance, though, for him to have 6 game-winning goals this season, that says it all, doesn't it, about not only the resiliency he has, but this entire Atleti team have, Scott. Yeah,
I'm glad you brought that up, because that was the number that stuck out to me on that graphic there we just showed. Look, you're bringing a guy who's won Premier League, who's won Champions League, who's won FA Cups, he's won Copa America, he's won World Cup. I think he's won 2 Copa Americas. This is a guy that knows how to win. And he came from Manchester City, and he wanted to play first-team football. Now, last year he played a little more at Man City maybe than he thought he would because of the injuries to Erling Haaland, but he wanted to be the guy, and everyone wants to be the guy, and he's proving now that he is a guy that you can count on game in and game out, and he fits the style of Cholo Simeone and the way he wants to play. You mentioned that grit and that determination. He has a little bit of that in him in every single play. The play that he just bumps Grimaldo off there for the goal, I mean, it was about wanting it more than any of the 2 defenders that were touching him.
You can't do nothing but admire it. I think Tony's touched on it perfectly well there for me. What Simeone's done and how he's got the team and the fans, it's a match made in heaven. Like, everything there is like white on rice. It's just unbelievable.
Like what?
White on rice. Never heard white on rice before?
No.
Oh,
Have you?
Rice.
Have you,
Never
boys?
heard white on rice?
Of course, I have.
You have?
Oh, obviously you haven't, Poppy. Yeah, you're the only one. No, but I admire everything, because we talk about football so much, about there's more than one way to win a football match and the tactical element. The way that Pierre gets the goal for Leverkusen and then he gets booked in the game. I know that was direction by Simeone to say, keep attacking him. You know, he's one of those players that's going to react. He's going to make another foul. He can't stay clean for the rest of the game. And everything that they did was just like the team dynamic of what you expect from an Atlético.
Will they win anything this year, Nigel? I mean, it's all good, them playing well every year. It's just, in some ways, it's kind of sad that they exist with the Barcelona and Real Madrids, because as good as they are and as much as they chase the titles, do they necessarily have the trophies that have shown this period and how good they've been under Simeone?
I think, though, I would never bet against Simeone and Atletico. Because of this game was a perfect example of why I wouldn't bet against them. I saw them beat Inter the same way last season. Inter, that was... Everybody was speaking about how good Inter was. Once the game gets into that sort of transition, or there's red cards, or there's so many things that you can't calculate before the match, once the game starts turning into who's more clever, who's more fit, who's more disciplined, Atletico is going to win all the time. And in these Champions League matches that can turn in that way, Atletico will have a leaf up. It is unfortunate that they play with Real Madrid and Barcelona in the same league, but if you look at the work that Simeone has done, how many goals he concedes every season, where he's finished every season. Every single season he's been there in the top 3. I mean, I think he's done an amazing job. I know he makes a lot of money. That proves that he does a really good job, but I think he's one of the best managers out there.
Well, one person that was in Madrid tonight that got to see this game pitchside was our Guillem Balagué. Let's hear his thoughts following the match.
I can hear the changing room of Atlético Madrid, because it's just in the other side of the wall. They are celebrating. The music is on, because this is the kind of game that you write a book on. It confirms what Atlético Madrid are about. When you think that they've got no chance, they resurrect themselves. They needed a football miracle. Certainly, not only they were losing at half-time, Bayer Leverkusen were playing better with 11 and with 10. And some of the tactical moves of Xabi Alonso, they couldn't respond to. But in the second half, they put hard, and I'm trying to say another word, yes, personality, personality. And basically, they had players that wanted it a lot, and they got what they wanted, which was to turn it around. The players are coming. Julián Alvarez is about to arrive, and I'm about to speak to him. So it's been absolutely brilliant. 2 goals, but again, he just, Serge, lost causes. He thought he could actually turn things around. He could be the leader of his team, and he has been. So the book will be written about the game, the victory, but the biography of Julián Alvarez will have today as a very special day.